Thanks for staying with us. Now, according to a publication by Powerful Impact, um, monster entrepreneurs want to grow their, or most entrepreneurs rather want to grow their business. If you're just starting out, you at least want to set yourself up for success. But whether you are new or have been trying to build your business for some time now, one thing is for sure, you want growth and you want it really soon. Now, it's every entrepreneur's dream to be the next Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. You can mention whatever that is equivalent to your industry. You might have ventured into entrepreneurship with an idea that you thought would be the next biggest thing. But as you've probably known by now, great ideas alone don't work. So you're stuck till still trying to get your business off the ground. So you keep your business afloat with the thoughts that your perseverance will get you somewhere somehow. Now, perseverance pays off, but not always. It might sound cliche, but business success starts with the right mindset. Now, the growth mindset is the perfect mindset for business success. So what role do you think or do you feel mindset plays in the success of a business? Now, please, let's hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-4663. So I'll bring in Tewa in a minute, right? I just want to hear your quick thoughts on business success and, the mindset,
When we talk about business mindset, my mind quickly goes to motivational, uncles and aunties.
Aspire to aspire.
Like you always say, aspire to aspire and all of that. So, but most people, it really, business mindset is not about just motivational quotes. How you say, all those pumping touch points that just ginger people and there's no action. It's a whole different concept when it comes to business mindset. It is something you become. It's not just something you say or something you just dream about. It is something that it's a way of thinking that sees opportunities, or rather sees problems as opportunities, and you're always looking to provide solutions.
Absolutely.
And when you have the right kind of mindset, you would not be in a situation where you would not be able to thrive, because when you're solving problems for people, then actually there's a business there.
Absolutely. How about you, NJ? What's your thoughts?
Well, I've tried being in business once or twice in my lifetime, but I've found myself in the corporate world more often time than not. But when it comes to business mindset, it's not even just when you have a business that like a private business that you want to go into. It's also even being in that corporate space. There's a mindset to it. You have to, there are requirements in order to stay relevant within that space. You always have to make sure, in terms of education, you continue to re-educate yourself on what is expected of you, what are the requirements at every level you're getting to, whether it's trends within the industry. So you always have to, there's a price to pay. And you have to be willing to pay that price, and that's the mindset. You have to know what is expected of you and be willing to do it in order to get where you want to go. You can't just wake up every morning wishing you were like Mark Zuckerberg without sleeping at 3 a.m. and waking up at 5 a.m. and having to go to the gym and receiving a call at 6 a.m. That's the lifestyle of those people. And if you're not willing to do it, then you're not willing to be that rich.
So it's interesting that you talked about, growth, in the corporate world.
Yeah.
If you have the entrepreneurial mindset in the corporate world, you will definitely stand out. All the pointers will know that this person is different because you have the heart of the business in your heart, and so most times the way you would approach the work will just be completely different from just a regular employee, right? So even within the corporate world, a lot of people do not understand this mindset that is required, for business success, and that's why so many businesses, struggle. So you must really have the right team, and the right team should be thinking about the growth of the business as much as the business owner. But let me bring in our guest now. TewaOnasanya is an entrepreneur and a philanthropist, right? She's a publisher, author, and mindset stylist. I like this. Holds a BSc in pharmacology from the University of Portsmouth, UK. Portsmouth, UK, and a diploma in fashion journalism from the College of Media and Publication, UK. Is certified. She's also she has a certificate in mindfulness, right, from Udemy, and a certified law of attraction practitioner, Jehovah Shammah. So you can't miss it anywhere. She's the founder of Exquisite Magazine, a fashion and lifestyle magazine, from the Unlimited Woman, which organizes the Exquisite Magazine Awareness for Cancer events, and in 2019 started an only female award ceremony called the Exquisite Lady of the Year. That's Eloy, in case you do not know the full name, now you know. Eloy Awards and Conference, aimed at sustaining women's empowerment by celebrating and empowering women of excellence in different fields. Tewa has been featured in numerous international and Nigerian media, which include CNN, BBC, New York Times, Wikipedia, Punch, Guardian, This Day, Vanguard, and many more newspaper and television stations. She's won several awards internationally and locally in Nigeria, and we're super honored to be having her live with us in studio. Hey! Only you, Wakako. I know, right? But it's such an honor to have you.
It's an honor being here. Thank you for inviting me. You ladies look so exquisite.
Oh, yeah. We have to look good for the exquisite lady herself.
Absolutely. You look divine.
How are you?
Oh, I'm very blessed.
It's been a long time since I met you.
Yes.
I said, wow, it's been such a long time. But I mean,
Yes.
over the years, I have seen you evolve, right? And it was worth having this conversation to celebrate, you know, what you've been doing and you know, what you keep doing for women. So, you know, first of all, what mindset do you as Tewa, what do you have? Because we've seen that growth show up in every single thing, how you evolved from just, you know, the magazines, you became, then the awards started, the conferences started, now you're doing a lot of business clinics for women, and you're doing exceptionally well, you know. So tell us how the mind of Tewa is working right now. Let's understand your mind.
Tewa's mindset. So, this might seem a little bit, you know, out of what's the word, but I strongly believe my mindset at the moment, at this part of my life, is that whatever you dare dream of, you can do it. The only reason it would not come to pass is if I give up. So, and it scares me actually when I came into this realization a few years ago. When I say a few years ago, when we started the conference in a big way, so this was in 2019, and you know, I had this from my mindset styling work and, you know, the law of attraction and mindfulness and things like that. I have come to realize that whatever it is we want to, whatever vision we have, whatever goal, whatever dream we have, is God's words for us. And it has to come true. Absolutely. So the only reason that it doesn't come to, you know, reality is if we don't do it or we give up. Absolutely. So I have that mindset of, okay, if I can even conceive this idea, that means it's possible. The only reason that it won't, you know, be possible is if I give up. So that's my mindset at the moment.
Awesome. So you see a lot of business women, you see a lot of, you know, I mean, businesses, because we're focusing on women, right?
Yeah.
But, you know,
sorry,
tell us,
men.
yeah, sorry. Sorry, they say we always talk, but you people need us more than we need you right now, because I mean the population is huge, and women are entrepreneurs are the biggest employers of labor. So you must understand that it's important for us to succeed in our businesses, right? So you know, maybe you should walk us through first of all, what do you think is the biggest challenge, right, that you see business failures when it comes to women-led businesses? Yeah.
So I would say the mindset. That would be my first thing. And the reason I say that is because a lot of people have these bright ideas, but how many people are actually running with the ideas? And the ones that are running with the ideas, how many are going that extra length to not give up, but make sure that, you know, it's thriving, it's growing, it's surviving? Because everybody, you know, a lot of people want to be entrepreneurs, they have these bright ideas, but they still kind of like cower and say, okay, will I succeed? And some people don't even want to be seen starting from the bottom.
Yeah.
you know, and things like that. So that mindset as well is kind of like putting people back. And the funniest thing is women entrepreneurs make up about, I think, 40% or more of the SME population in probably Nigeria or the world, or in Africa, actually. And we're not even, yes, we have other, you know, other challenges, obviously finance, and then access to entrepreneur trainings and things like that. And when I say access to entrepreneur trainings, there are trainings, but then again, are people applying what knowledge they've acquired? And that goes back to the mindset.
Right.
Because when you go to all these trainings, you've
and
been
there's so
aspired
many of
and
them.
perspired. You've been, you know, you've been gingered and stuff. What happens after that? Which is why we actually do what we do with the Eloy Awards and the Exquisite magazine as well. Because we're thinking, okay, you can't all come to this conference and then you get all the motivation, you're inspired, and then you go home. It's like the balloon just gets deflated. Because sometimes people don't even know where to start.
Right.
People don't know where to start. Sometimes I don't even know where to start. You have this big vision and you're thinking, okay, where exactly do I start from?
Absolutely.
You know, and you need this. So it all starts with the mindset. And a lot of people might not know this, but whatever we achieve in life is actually 95% our mindset and 5% the actual work we put in.
Absolutely.
Because the mindset will determine what kind of action you're going to take, what kind of thoughts you're going to entertain. Because a lot of people are not intentional about the thoughts as well. And all of these things matter.
Absolutely. Hey.
Wow. It seems like a whole lot.
It is a whole lot.
How do people, especially in these times where we have a different kind of generation, people who are not, what would I say? I don't want to label, but it seems like the trend in these times, people are not, they don't, the values that used to be quite important in business back in the days. Some of the values, principles, right? It seems like everybody is like instant now. And even as they want to succeed, they want to see it happen now, they're not ready to do the work. So when you say mindset, some of them have the ginger, some of them have the drive, but there are other things within the space of mindset that they require to be able to succeed. So what would you say about that?
It has to do with discipline, being disciplined. Because if you're not disciplined enough, whatever it is that you need to do, you won't do it anyway. If there are habits that are stopping you from getting to where you want to get to, you have to be able to identify what those habits are so that you can say, okay, you know, this is not serving my higher purpose. Let me do this way and let me do this that way. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen. Overnight success doesn't last. Overnight success doesn't even happen overnight. True. Do you understand what I mean? I don't know why they call it overnight, to be honest. Because, I mean, yeah, you wake up one day and you're hearing Tewa, Tewa, Tewa. But do you know what Tewa's been doing?
She's been doing a lot.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've been, the Eloy was, what, since 2009, the magazine since 2003. I mean, 19 years of that.
Wow.
So it's been, success doesn't happen overnight. Yes, success happens when you're consistent and when you're intentional about it. But the big thing is being disciplined. Nothing just happens like that. Because if it happens like that, even the person that it's happening to won't appreciate it. And anything that happens just like that goes just like that. Because you're not, you know, like you talked about values, you mentioned values and principles. You won't have built in yourself the what should I say, the character to be able to hold on to it, to be able to keep it. It's like money given to you free of charge. You know.
It just go the way it came.
Just goes the way it came.
Yeah. Let's take a break.
Oh, okay, okay.
Let's drink some water. We shall be right back. Stay with us. All right, so if you just tuned in, we are having an amazing chat discussing the role of mindset in business success with TewaOnasanya. Now, please, let's hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp 081-803-4663. You can also tweet at us at Wayshow Africa One with the hashtag Wayshow. All right, Nama, you wanted to ask a question, a follow-up question. Yeah.
Okay, so how do we now begin to develop a business mindset?
Big question. The number one thing that I always say, and I say this to myself as well, is do a self-audit. Be aware of yourself. Who are you? People go around and say, oh, I'm this, I'm that. People don't really know who they are.
True.
Who are you? What do you want? What do you like? People want to be rich, yeah, but by how much? People want more money, but
Right.
how much do you want? People want a new house. How, you know, what
What
kind of house?
location?
Yeah.
Location.
People want a successful business, but what does a successful business mean to you? Not what it means to me or what it means to your mentor, but what it means to you personally. So the number one thing about with the mindset for success, or, you know, as an entrepreneur, is to determine exactly who you are.
Right.
Who are you? What do you want for your business? Not what the next person is doing, but what do you want for your business? Why do you want your business to succeed? All of those questions, and I call it self-audit, and I do this to myself every quarter or so, because you need to reevaluate yourself. You need, because the way you were a year ago is, in fact, what am I saying? A month ago is different from the way you are now. You know, your ideals a few months ago, definitely different from your ideals now. So number one thing is definitely be aware of who you are, identify who you are, what you want, what success means to you. What is a successful business to you? To some people, a successful business might be turning £1 million every week. To some people, it might just be, let me just even turn 1 million naira. Some people, it might be, let me just turn 100,000 naira. What does it mean to you? Not following the crowd, but what does it mean to you?
So you
And it has-
must personalize.
You must personalize
your
it.
definition of what your success
Yes.
will look like.
Yes, what your business
And I think
will
a lot
look
of
like
us
for
don't
you.
do that.
It's
I was
very
gonna ask-
important,
Yeah,
because
I was going to ask that because you see, this thing you talk about, you know, personalizing it, not many people, and this is what you get when you get probably maybe get put into a small workshop to say they want to train you and all of that. But how effective are those? Because again, it is one thing for you to get trainings as an entrepreneur. It's another thing, like you rightly said, you know, in the beginning, for you to follow up, to apply them, right? So do you see, have you seen growth, what's it called, histories, like with the people that you have trained over the years? Have you
Seen progress,
Have you
real
seen like
progress.
real what is it, the score, your score
real
sheet?
progress. Yeah,
Real
with the
progress,
score
yes.
sheet. Yeah. The thing with us is, and I say this with, you know, great humility and, you know, the fact that we are blessed to be able to get to this point. What we say is we're sustaining women empowerment. Remember I said earlier that we don't want to just have the conversation and it ends there. Anybody that comes onto the Eloy Awards Foundation, sorry I had to mention the name, will be on our database for life unless you opt out. And we're constantly sending you information so that to tweak your mind so that you're, you know, learning something. And we have something called the Sustainable Empowerment Program as well, where people on that program go, you know, we have webinars, networking, mentoring, all of these things are available. We want to definitely move away from just talking about it, but doing something about it, taking action about it. If we're saying, okay, yeah, women empowerment, how do we sustain it? This is by us having constant conversations with the people that have come in contact with us. So anybody that's in contact with us, we're always sending newsletters out, we're sending emails out, we're sending webinar details out for you too, and we're always reminding them as well with different information, mentorship as well. So all of these things are things that are really, really needed if we're saying that, okay, we're moving from, and I have to keep referencing it, perspire to aspire.
right.
Because actually doing.
Absolutely, because I was going to say that, you know, what we have now, I'm an entrepreneur.
Everybody's an
Everybody's
entrepreneur.
entrepreneur, but you know, there is a clear distinction
Yes, there
between
is.
a businesswoman.
Yes.
Like you are just a market woman. You go to buy market, you sell market.
sell it.
And there is a clear distinction between that and entrepreneurship. But everybody calls themselves
An
an
entrepreneur.
entrepreneur, right? Do we even understand, right? Do they even understand who an entrepreneur truly is? You know, let's even start from there. Most women, do they really know that they're just traders buying and selling? You know, do they know that? I mean, from your experience with women.
Some of them do, some of them don't. At least most of them call themselves, you know, business owners, which is good because business owners is like, you know, most people are business owners. When you're moving to entrepreneurship, that's when you're now doing different things, like me.
Yes, I'm putting structures.
Yeah, different things. In fact, let's talk about structures. Part of, you know, knowing who you are, what you want for your business, and the underlying thing is putting a proper structure in place. Even if you're a trader, a structure needs to be in place. This is what we advocate for, and this is what we're always campaigning for. That yes, you're a business owner, have a structure. That is how your business is going to be sustainable. Don't use your personal account for your business and then, be dipping in and out of, your personal account for your business and things like that. Have a proper structure in place, even if you have only one staff. It's really, it's something that has to be taught over and over again. And the funniest thing is, and I say this to myself and to people around me as well, that, when you've gone past a mountain, it would require you to become another level of you to go past another mountain. So we're constantly learning. I think you said that earlier. Evolving, we're constantly learning. So people have to put themselves in that space to be open to constantly learning as well. Because you can't grow if you don't learn.
NJ.
So what I've taken from this, especially when you, clipped on structure, it's a very, it's a very touchy point for me, because I believe that every business, no matter the kind of business it is, and like you said, even in the entrepreneurial world, there is a need for structure, which is how you run things, and a process by which your company or your foundation or your business or your program is known that this is how they operate. This is how they operate. How you work. This is the process. Yeah. So, and that is also what helps to hinge on the integrity of your brand or your company or your business. Exactly. Because when people are sure, even when things are changing, people know that, okay, no, we trust them for this, they are known for this. So even if, I believe that if there's a structure for this, it shouldn't be for this business, it shouldn't be used for other businesses. Meaning that each of your businesses should have their own structure. A life of its own. Like an SOP, standard operating procedure. I know you have a foundation. I know you have an award. I know you have different events. You have the business clinics. Yes. So all those programs have different structures because at the end of the day, there are different outputs. Yes. To those structures. And they all have different outcomes. As well, so definitely.
So I was going to ask though, with what NG has said now, shouldn't there be a central point of? So I get it. Every business must have its own life, a life of its own structure, and all of that. But shouldn't there be like a central point to where like all of this tie up? Yes. So do you have that? Yes.
Yeah, we do. So like for me, it would be. So we're like a group. And for me, our core is actually me, to be honest. But then again, so when I say that the core is me, we have a core, and everybody knows the core of the business. Like Exquisite is the core of the business. And from the Exquisite, the mother hen, we have the Eloise, we have the cervical cancer, we have the magazine. And then, yes, I do mindset styling. That's actually separate from the Exquisite brand. That's another company. That's TewaOnasanya. That's another company on its own. So it had to be like that. Otherwise, we're gonna be feeding off it, and that's what we realized when the magazine was the first thing that started, and we talked about evolving. So I evolved into the award ceremony, and then cervical cancer prevention. Everything was under Exquisite before. But when everything started having its own life, it now became necessary that, okay, Eloise has to have its own account. The Foundation for Cervical Cancer has to have its own account, has to have its own people as well, the project managers, the project coordinators. So separate stuff. And it comes from understanding what we want to achieve with the companies. So because if we didn't,
because you had defined the success of each
one. So it became, yes, we have the mother hen, but it became very important that, okay, for everything to run the way it's supposed to run, they have to be separated. And yes, they can come together and say, okay, yeah, this is what we do. And everything leads to it. Because the magazine, so we always say that it's powered by the magazine because the magazine is the powerhouse for it. But it was at a point where we understood where we were going. We understood what success meant to us. We understood the structure that we wanted to have in place, the mindset that we want to run the company with. Hence, we're able to do that. And that's what people need to do, because otherwise it becomes all mumble jumble. And nobody's sure what the next thing is, when the next thing is happening, or what what the next thing is, and things like that.
And I'm not saying, even be accountable.
And we won't be accountable. I'm not saying it's perfect, because we're human. We have to leave that room for imperfection and things like that. But at least have that mindset that, okay, you know what? Have direction. I'm starting this business. Let me start as I mean to go on. Is that the word? Start as you mean to go on. things like that. And that's what we train on. Like what's happening tomorrow, for instance. We're talking about, you know, the structure. So tomorrow's event, it's more about, so we're sustaining women empowerment by doing business showers. And with these events, what we're saying is that, okay, you're a business owner, yeah? There are fundamental things that have to be in place for you to, this business that you've said that you're running, we're not hoping that your business is going to fail in a year or 5 years, which is according to stats. We're hoping that you're going to be able to sustain this business. These are the fundamental things that you need to be aware of and that you need to know as well.
Absolutely. And put in place.
Put in place. The foundation. Know how to sell your market. You know, everybody is a salesperson. Believe in what you do. Be intentional about the success of your company.
My word.
You know, it might be intentional.
Oh yeah.
Me too.
Oh yeah.
Me too. You might say that it's a small company today, but then again, stop seeing it as a small company and just you know, I'm just doing it to. No, it's something that you've decided to put yourself into. You might as well apply everything. So everybody that comes to the business shower gets a toolkit. A business toolkit that helps, that gives them information about, you know, different things that they need to run their businesses.
Absolutely.
That's how we keep them, you know, we kind of like keep them in knowledge mode, so to speak, because they have something to take away with them. And we're following up with them as well. The mindset is very, very important.
I think
Sorry, I talk a lot when I
I was going to ask you that because again, somebody is asking the same question around, you know, when do you know that, you know, especially when you have multiple businesses, you know that some will do well, some won't do so well. When is that right time to say, you know what, this is not working, let us close this chapter, let's close this file? Because a lot of us, because we're passionate about what it is we want to deliver, even when we can clearly see the signs that the business in itself is not going as planned, we still hold on to it emotionally. Tewa is rolling her eyes.
I think the first question will be, has she let go of any business?
Yes. And I'm about to say, I'm asking the wrong person. But in saying that, I said earlier that my mindset is if you can think about it, you can do it. And I strongly believe that if I wanted to succeed, then I just have to, you know, put in that extra effort and, you know, be disciplined about what I want to do. But in saying that though, I tend not to, and I preach this as well, I tend not to change the goal, instead change the direction or the plan that you need to get to it. When we started the magazine, we were print. We printed the magazines every month. The world was evolving into digital. Everybody consumes their news on their newspaper, on their phones, on their we were printing but losing money. You know, people were not buying because people would rather see it on their tablets or on their phones and things like that. So we had to evolve. You evolve or you stay stagnant and die. So evolve, change the direction, change the plan. But if your goal is to run a successful, you know, if your goal is to, if you see this business as something that is a success,
already, I
strongly advise that you keep at it. Get mentors. Speak to people who have been in the shoes you're walking in so they can advise you. But, if within you can see nowhere, because we win and lose in the mind first. If you can see no other direction, then maybe it's time for you to move on.
Wow, someone says big energy. I love the discussion on structural business. It says redefining mindfulness as being self-aware.
Yes.
I mean, she's bringing big energy. She gets it. Okay. Now you have a comment.
Yes, I do. All right, so it says, good evening, my dear beautiful sisters of What Are You Saying? #Ways. We already know who you are. The role of mindset in business success. That is the topic for discussion. To have mindset in a successful business, you must have a planned budget. Secondly, you need to believe in your budget for a successful business. If not, the business will not flourish. My name is Daniel Ilo.
Without money, no business.
Daniel has brought another perspective to where does budget come in when you have a business and mindset.
Mindset. Everything. I would keep saying this from here to kingdom come. Everything is about the mindset. Even if you have a budget and you do not believe in yourself or your budget,
like the
nothing's gonna happen.
In Nigeria today,
nothing's gonna happen. You have to strongly believe in it, and that's the number 2 thing I talk about when we're talking about the entrepreneur mindset. Actually, believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody will. We're selling something every single day as human beings. You have to be able to effectively sell whatever it is you're giving out there to the public, because you started the business because you believe you can solve a problem.
Right.
So you have to be able to talk about it. You have to believe in yourself. And whatever budget, yes, you know, with the environment that we're in, things definitely change. But then again, are you going to give up because things change? You find a way to make it happen. Absolutely. Don't shift, don't change the goal, change the direction. If, you know, yesterday rice was 500 naira and you're a food person, you're a chef or something, you know, food vendor, then you change your pricing. We would understand that the price of diesel has gone up, hence the price is the way it is. But no, first of all, do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in your product for you to convince me or speak about it enough?
Yeah, so I was going to ask you about this, because you see, it seems like with businesses, right, mindset is a strong factor that helps you also project your business in the right light.
Of course.
So how many of us, you know, are able to tell the story of our businesses? So you are put in front of an investor, for instance, and you're not able to sell that, you know. So how do you begin to, you know, shift that mindset to say, I don't have, you know, because some people don't believe that they have to be great storytellers. They do not believe that they have to understand the power of presentation. Your look, everything, because it's a brand you're trying to build here, right? So those people that have those mindset that the business will speak for itself, you understand? What would you say to them?
I had that mindset for so long that let people know the business and not me. So for so many years, people didn't know who the magazine owner was. People didn't know who the Eloy Awards founder was. For so many years, we had a PR company that that came to work with the magazine. Just like, you have to put yourself out there. I'm like, no, I don't want to. I was like, you have to put yourself out there because you are the brand.
Absolutely.
You are the brand. And even though I am a confident person, actually, in real life.
Yes, you are.
I am, right? But to talk about my business, I felt like, and a lot of women feel this way. Yeah. We feel like, talking about your business feels like you're putting yourself in people's faces and you're being, you're being overly, what's the word?
We
maybe proud. I know, right? But the funniest thing is, the men go out there and talk about their business. The men go out there and ask for the money. Nobody says, stop talking about your business, stop doing da. So we have to build that confidence, because that confidence is what will get you sitting in front of the investors and telling them X, Y, Z about my company, and this is what I want to achieve. This is why I need your money. This is, it's the confidence. So it needs to be
how
built.
you adding that? Do you infuse that as part of your
Oh yeah, yes. So I'm big on the mindset.
Yeah.
So I take the mindset for entrepreneur. I take that session and it's the beginning of everything, because if the mindset is not right, nothing is going to stick. No, how you think really matters, because some people might start a business, but they're thinking to themselves, will it succeed? You're already killing the business before it even starts. The way you think about the business, because the way you think determines the kind of action you take.
Absolutely.
Because intuition will come into play when when you say that you're doing X, Y, Z in your business. The intuition or your spirit might say to you, call that person or write that letter to that big company, and you think, big company, no, I can't do this, I can't do that. You've already killed that before you even went into it. So it's very, very important to be clear about who you are. And the funniest thing is, yes, I run all these companies. There are things that I'm weak at. And what do? Get people who are stronger in those areas to do those things. So even if you're using your sisters, shout out to the sisters, or your husband or your family, just get whatever it is
structure,
you're weak
like
at.
you said
Structure, whatever it is you're weak at, get. Now I even get my children involved.
Absolutely.
Because they're at that age anyway. So, wherever you feel that you're lacking in, get the support. Don't focus on the lack. Oh, I can't sell. And you tell yourself that over and over again, and you're surprised why you can't sell. because you've told yourself that, you know, you've told that to yourself so many times.
Wow. So interesting. You know, finally,
I feel like we had a conference right now.
Mine said about money
One-on-one
quickly.
session.
About money. You know how some people believe that for you to get money, you need to spend money.
Right.
You know, some people don't believe that.
Oh, wow.
You know, and you know, so they don't invest in personal development. They don't pay money to get trained. They don't do any of all of those things. People don't just believe, but I believe strongly that for you to be able to make money, you have to invest in a lot of, and it takes money to spend to be able to get to where you're going. So don't just touch on a bit those people that do not believe that they have to spend money to make
You have
They
to
know
invest in
themselves.
yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, you paid money to go into university, didn't you?
Yeah.
If you want to go to Harvard, do you go there and say, excuse me, Harvard, I want to... You have to pay something to get in there. We have to invest in ourselves. You know, something that my mom always said to me when I was younger and still rings in my head is that she's always talking about your education is your property. Nobody can take it away from you. And I believed it so strongly that even now, acquiring knowledge is like, you know, like the best thing, like I know nobody can take it away from you.
Yeah.
That investment for you to get to your next level, it's extremely key.
Absolutely.
We don't know it all. So we need that community of people that we can go to and learn from.
Absolutely.
Yes, you will get some things for free, but then again, how many things that you get, how many things do you get for free do you take action on?
Right.
Do you understand what I mean? You can do the Google Mindset for Success,
And
Google
there's so much
XYZ.
there.
There's
You
so
get
many
so much
information,
data.
and you read the information and then, okay.
Moving on.
Moving on.
What happens? Nothing happens. But if you get an accountability partner, even if they are your children, because when I wanted to write my book, I used my children as my accountability partner. Get an accountability partner, even if you can't afford a proper one to pay or anything. You know, get somebody that would say to you, okay, you said that your
Is
business
willing
will
and-
do X, Y, Z. Where are you? And do it to one another as well. So we're not just, you know, but playing everything by hearsay and then, you know, whatever happens, happens. You need to invest in yourself. It's key. Even if it's, you know, start small. And the funniest thing is once you start investing in yourself and you see the power of it and you will want to do more.
Absolutely.
You will want to do more.
Absolutely. On that note, we have 10 seconds.
Wow.
We had a fight. This was a business clinic right here. Thank you so much, Chama. We had an amazing chat. We are hoping to bring you again and again and again.
Yay!
Hopefully you have time for us.
Yay!
After you've gone around your 5 states.
I know, right?
All right, NJ, thank you so much. Thank you, Norma.
Thank
All right, so
you
before
for
we
having
go,
us.
thank you everyone that watched. Before you go, ensure you follow us on Instagrams at TewaOnasanya. You can interact with us further, drop a comment, and more importantly, follow all our engagements on social media. Like, share, and invite your families and friends to watch and follow the conversation. Now, if you missed today's quote, here it is again. Your words control your life, your progress, your results, even your mental and physical health. You cannot talk like a failure and expect to be successful. This is from Germany, Kent, right? We'll see you guys live at 8 p.m. tomorrow as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.